Great to have you with us. Welcome to this video. Today, we're focusing specifically on the Zvizzer Thermopads again. You know, in the past, and this was around 2023, I don't have the exact month in mind when it started, but approximately in 2023, the Zvizzer Thermopads were launched on the market here. And I was absolutely thrilled. That was kind of the transition between, let's say, the old foam or the old foam generation and the newer foam generation. In 2023, I tried out the pads for you. They were really very good. Now, the point is, time has moved on. The other manufacturers have also switched to this foam. That means this foam generation, they call it a bit differently, of course, but the foam quality is just as good. And now manufacturers like Coke, Chemi, Surfaces, and many, many others have switched to the new foam generation. This means that the advantage of being the first on the market with these pads, that time is over. And because the other manufacturers have now at least caught up. And in some cases, in my opinion, they have even brought even better pads to the market. The situation has long been that these pads no longer stand out from the crowd like around 2023, but now simply get lost in the pad market. And now there's another point to consider. The professional line, which we know now, with which my sets were also equipped, if you can remember, and many have also gotten these sets. And at that time, I could absolutely recommend them to you. It really worked wonderfully. This series, the professional line, will no longer be available for the regular detailing scene. This means these pads will only be sold to paint shops and similar businesses. At least that's the information I've received here. And the regular commercial detailers. And also the hobby detailers who might do 1 or 2 cars a month. And the hobby polishers out there, and also the complete beginner group. Here, do you now have the trapezoids? And we already know them. These are the more vibrant colors like the orange, this toxic green, and what goes with it. And these are various points why I have now decided to completely switch over. We don't even need to talk about the price issue. The normal pricing is here with the pads, also included in the upper range, and thus somehow on a level with all the Coke Chemi products with Surface and everything that goes with it. That means, as I just mentioned, the pads are, so to speak, disappearing in the market. And that's why, for example, I switched to the CHEMICALWORKZ pads. Because the quality there is simply at least as good, if not even better, in my opinion. I've already tried it myself. In terms of heat development, deformability, and also stability, I just like the pads a little better. That's the first point, but the more important point is the price. Currently, all the Zvizzer products, including the pads and remaining stock, are completely on sale. This means you can get a pad for around, I believe, 4 or 5 euros. My tip, if you want to secure one of these, do it now. Not all colors are available anymore, but that means you don't have to pay the, let's say, normal prices, the standard prices, but instead you have the clearance prices, so to speak, if you want to secure such pads. If you want to permanently switch to affordable and very, very good pads, this would be the opportunity. You don't have to make a big adjustment to the color system either. You have the gray variants here, and even if you found the blue Zvizzer Thermopad very, very cool, you can simply switch to the blue from CHEMICALWORKZ here, and the same goes here, to the black one. And that's why I wanted to give you a little info video about it. If you have questions about this topic, leave them in the comments below. It was a really nice step in 2023. There was new foam, but now everyone has caught up and in some cases even taken another step ahead. And there are pads with significantly more affordable pricing. But I have to say, in terms of throughput, with the pads I have here, also from the workshops, we will soon have a group workshop. And there are really a lot of people again. They need a lot of pads. And of course, they all get them from me. And I really need a lot of supplies, and it really makes a difference whether I spend 11, 12, 13 euros for a pad or 5 or 6 euros. That's effectively half, and in the end, I can afford twice as many pads. And that's exactly the point, hence my tip. I'll also link below the clearance topic from the brand Swizzle at Waschguru. Otherwise, just switch to them, for example, if you want a bit more material and pads. For a lower price. If you have questions about the topic, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, now you know how the whole thing has developed and how I currently stand on this matter. Until next time, yours Sebastian. Bye folks.